Hello, I'm here to talk about something that maybe you have never considered to be a cultural artifact, but for someone who comes from a family of sort of a melting pot of a background, I needed to think about what was significant to my family. So when I think about my family and what many people think about my family is we all love American football. Football was started in the 1800s, the late 1800s. It was a mixture of soccer and rugby with only 10 teams. But the sport has grown so immensely and the fan base is so just massive that there are 32 NFL teams and over 100 college teams to follow. There's even games that are scheduled annually on Thanksgiving Day. I mean, not much more says America than that. Football is a sport that is strength and teamwork and legacies that are admired, which fuels the fan base to have a family-like love for their team. But the love for this sport does not only happen on the field. Football means spending time with your family and your friends, eating together, maybe drinking together, tailgating, talking smack to the other teams, all in fun and cheering together. Wins can make a weekend and they can ruin a Monday. Saturdays as a child for me were spent watching the Florida Gators. I even buy dog toys in the colors because they're just what I'm attracted to because it's what I know. And Sundays were spent watching the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, you may realize those are in entirely different states, but that's the magic of sports. You have a team that you are loyal to no matter where you are. People have favorite teams that they follow from childhood to death, and these are passed on. My father, who fell in love with the Pittsburgh Steelers when he was a young boy in New Jersey, was because of one player who defied the odds and achieved greatness in his sport. Now, I can tell you why football is so important to my family, but to tie it directly to the American culture is that what I'm pointing out about my father directly affects or is also happening throughout the country. Who your friends or your family are fans of is passed down generation to generation. And this tradition and love for American football is something that there's no end in sight. So this common bond, it gives the fan base something to look forward to talk about, and to celebrate together. And that's what I think makes this a cultural artifact for Americans. It may not be a tool, but it's something that we all have that we can look forward to and bond over. So for me, football is a cultural artifact. And this is something that has been passed down from my dad that I will likely then pass on to my children. So it means something to me.